Hello and welcome back, dear students. Wish you all stay happy, healthy and safe at home. I am Yojana Parak and today we are going to discuss a chapter from Standard 9 English textbook, Moments. Name of this chapter is The Adventure of Toto. This is the second chapter of your moment, that is your supplementary reader. Written by Ruskin Bond. Now, first part we have already discussed. Now we are going towards the second part of this chapter. So let us quickly revise what we learned in the first part. The story is completely about Toto the monkey who was with a Tonga triber when Ruskin Bond's grandfather saw that monkey. It looked so different from other monkeys. He got attracted towards it and he thought that the place of monkey is not here with Tonga triber and he has tied that monkey to the feeding trough. So he didn't like and he thought that he should take that monkey to his private zoo. Why he called that private zoo? Because he was fond of animals and whenever he liked any animal he used to bring them home. That is why he had so many animals at his home, so you can call it a private zoo. Now he bought that monkey from the Tonga driver in 5 rupees, and then the presence of Toto was kept secret as Ruskin Bond's grandmother didn't like when his grandfather used to take new animals at his home every now and then. So it was decided that his presence will be kept secret. But because of that monkey, Toto was too much notorious and mischievous. They had to face too much trouble. Then they shifted the monkey in the where other animals used to live, in the servants' quarter. But there also he disturbed other animals. So one day when Ruskin Bond's grandfather was going to Saharanpur to collect his pension, so he decided that he will take monkey with him, so that these animals can live peacefully and rest of the family members can also live peacefully. Ruskin Bond could not join that trip. So in that trip, grandfather took a canvas bag. Under that he put some dry grass, and there he in the bag, in that canvas bag, he put the monkey inside and tightly close the zip. So because the canvas is a very strong fabric, so the monkey tried a lot to come out of that, but he couldn't. But when he was trying to come out of that bag, because of that efforts, the canvas bag started jumping and rolling on the floor. So by seeing that kind of thing, the surrounding or the passenger became curious about the thing inside the bag, because a non-living thing was jumping and rolling on the floor without any effort. So they became curious. Now Toto was inside the bag, but when he came out from the train and he was at the railway station when he was taking the ticket, that time Toto somehow poked out of the bag, and when the ticket collector, when the ticket master saw Toto, he got surprised and shocked. But at the sudden moment, with his clever mind, he said that he will have to pay for his dog. Grandfather tried a lot to make him convinced that this is not a dog and this is not a quadruped also. It does not have 4 feet, but it has 2 hands and 2 feet. So you cannot qualify it as a quadruped ticket master was not convinced by that, and grandfather had to pay 3 rupees for the rent of a Toto. Now, for revenge, he took out a tortoise from his pocket, and he said that as you charge for every animal, then what would I have to pay for this small tortoise? So ticket collector said that as this is not a quadrant or a dog, so you do not have to pay anything for this tortoise. Now the ticket collector had to charge the fare for the seat which is occupied. Now Toto was not occupying any seat, and even he did not disturb any passenger. So grandfather didn't thought that it is right to count any ticket for Toto or that tortoise, but he was annoyed with the behavior of ticket collector. Now the trip got over, and when he returned from Saharanpur, he explained everything to his grandson Raskin. Rest of the story we will see right now. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable room in the stable, where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. This is a female donkey. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable or not, if the Toto was comfortable there or not. First, when he brought Toto, he kept Toto, because his presence was to be kept secret, so he kept Toto in the closet. Then when he was not comfortable in the closet, he was shifted to the servants' quarter. There also he disturbed other animals, so finally he was shifted to the stable when grandmother accepted Toto. So there he was accompanied with the donkey, the female donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable there or not. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause. He couldn't understand the reason. Without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Stable, that is a building set apart and adapted for keeping horses, a particular place for keeping horses. Halter, that is a strap or loop placed around the head of a horse or other animals, used for leading or tethering it. Now, she was, Nana is a female donkey, so she was trying to keep her halter away from the dry grass, from the hay that is dry grass. So when grandfather visited the stable to see whether Toto was comfortable there or not, he found that without any reason, he could not understand the reason why Nana was behaving like that. She was pulling her strap, her halter, and trying to keep her head as far as possible from the bundle of dry grass. This is an animal, and animal used to eat grass, because donkey is a herbivorous animal, so they used to eat grass. But right now he could not understand why she was pulling her strap away from that grass. We will get to know the reason. So when grandfather could not understand the reason why Nana was behaving like this, so he gave Nana a slap across her haunches on his back legs or at the back part of Nana, and she jumped back, dragging Toto with her. So when he slapped on her haunches, so Nana jumped back and dragged Toto with her. He had fastened onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. What he saw, why Nana was behaving like that, grandfather got to know about that when he slapped on her haunches. He got to know that Toto had bitten her ears with his little sharp teeth. That is why she was trying to keep her strap away from that dry grass. So when grandfather slapped on her haunches, he get to know that why she was behaving like that, because Toto was troubling her by biting on her ears. When she jumped back, then he could see Toto with her, who had fastened on her long ears. So in this way, Toto used to behave very notoriously and mischievously with other animals. He was very wicked. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was a large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. He would cunningly he used to pretend very careful, but actually he was copying the Ruskin ball, the writer. Would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually, slowly step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing. Ruskin was a child at the time. Until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hand or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So now let us understand the meaning of this paragraph. Toto, in the winter season, he really liked to be in the warm water. So it was a treat for Toto when in the cold winter, grandmother used to put a bowl of warm water for Toto's bath in the evening. And he would cunningly, or we can say very carefully, he used to test the temperature with his hand first, and then slowly he would step into the bath, first one feet and then the other, as he had seen the writer, as he used to do when Ruskin Bond used to take bath. So Toto had seen him the same way he was trying to copy, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable in that warm water, he would take the soap in his hand or in his legs, and then he would rub the soap all over his body and he would take bath by his own. He used to copy Ruskin Bond, as he had seen him bathing. He used to do the same things. So this shows that they have a good catching power. Monkeys have good catching power. When the water became cold, when that warm water became cold, he would get out of that bowl and he would run quickly to the kitchen fire, and there he used to dry himself. To get warm in the kitchen fire, he used to run to the kitchen and would stood before the fire and would warm himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, when he used to take bath and when he used to warm his body, dry his body after bathing. So if during that period, during that performance, if anyone would laugh at him, he would stop it and he would refuse to go on bath further, because he would feel insulted. That shows that they also have emotions like humans. So in this way, Toto used to behave wickedly, or you can say he used to copy others and would do mischief of different kinds. One day Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. How he boiled himself and how he nearly succeeded. Nearly succeeded, that means he was about to boil himself. How this happened, we will get to know in the next slide. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. This was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little when he felt warm, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hoping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half-boiled out of the kettle. Now, in the winter season, he used to keep himself warm. He liked to keep himself warm. So, in order to do that, he would go near the kitchen fire. Now, every day, grandmother used to put a large bowl for his bath. But one day, when he had nothing else to do, and he was very notorious, very mischievous, that is why, when he found that a large kettle was kept on the kitchen fire, and he tried to open and see what was there in the kettle. When he found that the water was kept in the kettle for boiling the tea, but he didn't know about that. He could just find the water which was boiling. So he checked it and it was warm enough for taking bath. So in order to enjoy that warmth, he entered in that kettle. And for a while, it was good to get that warmth in that kettle. But when the water started boiling, he felt a little hot at the bottom of his body and started jumping over. He tried to come out, but when he felt cold outside, he again entered in the kettle. So in this way, he could not even go out of the kettle because he felt cold, and he could not be in the kettle because the water was boiling. So in order to keep himself warm away from the cold, he was in the kettle, but as he was feeling hot from the bottom, so he started jumping up and down in the kettle. And when grandmother heard that sound, she came hurriedly and she found that Toto was inside the kettle and the water was boiling, and his body was also half boiled. that warm water. So quickly she put Toto outside the kettle, and he was half boiled, that means half boiled by that warmth. Now the writer says, if there is a part of the brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. In order to explain that how mischievous he was, he says that if we would have, or if these animals would have any particular part for mischief in our brain, so that part would have largely developed in Toto because he was too much mischievous. He was always tearing things on two pieces. He used to tear things in small pieces with his hands or with his mouth. So in this way he used to trouble everyone. Whenever one of my aunts came near him because a new member was entered in the family, and whenever any of his aunt would try to see that new member, a new animal in his private room. So whenever they come near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dresses and tear a hole in it. He would hold their sari and would make tear or would tear their sari or would make a hole in it. So in this way, he used to trouble the guests also and the family members also. It was his nature to do this kind of mischief. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. Now, when they entered the room and they were about to take their meal, they found that Toto was sitting on the dining table and was having rice, the pulao, from that plate. My grandmother screamed loudly because an animal was destroying the food which was prepared for the guest. And even Toto used to behave very notoriously. That is why she loudly screamed. She scolded Toto. And Toto threw a plate at her. Another plate which he found nearby, he threw one plate towards grandmother because he was annoyed when she screamed at him. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. Then other people, one of her aunt, tried to stop that monkey and tried to put that monkey away. So when she came near, a glass of water Toto threw on her face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. This shows that somewhat he was attached to grandfather. So he didn't harm grandfather, but he took the plate of pulao and took his exit through the window, and he went to the branches of the jackfruit tree. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree. The dish still in his arms, he remained there all afternoon. He didn't came down as if he had determined to finish every single piece of rice. Eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. So he remained on that jackfruit tree and was eating pulao slowly, as he would have determined that today, because everyone tried to stop me, now I will finish every grain of rice this plate had. who had screamed at her, spied that means to her, because he was angry and annoyed with her scream. So he intentionally wanted to hurt her, who had screamed at her. He threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when he threw the dish after finishing laugh. When he threw that dish towards grandmother from the tree, he started chattering. Chattering is the sound that monkey creates. He started chattering with delight. He was so happy that he could take the revenge. When it broke into 100 pieces, when he threw that dish from the branch, it broke into 100 pieces. That means the dish broken into small particles. So उसने डिश को चकनाचूर कर दिया नीचे फेंककर, जिसे देखकर उसे बहुत ही खुशी हुई. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long, because he was wild and too much mischievous, notorious and wicked, and it was very difficult for them all to manage with Toto, because he used to create lots of trouble for them. So everyone knew that they cannot keep this wild animal at their house for long. Even grandfather realized that Toto was creating too much trouble for everyone, so they cannot keep Toto for long with them. We were not well-to-do. Well-to-do, that means we were not that rich that and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. We used to tear them all and destroy them all. Or we used to break the dishes, break the glasses, or we used to tear the curtain and tear the clothes. We used to make holes in the clothes and would tear wallpapers. So in this way, he would destroy everything whichever he find to enjoy himself. He liked to do such kind of wicked, such kind of mischievous behavior. So as they could not afford this much loss which was caused by Toto, so grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. He had paid 5 rupees when he bought Toto, and then he had to pay 3 rupees for the rent at the railway station, and finally he sold Toto for 3 rupees to the same Tonga driver. So in this way, adventures of Toto came to end with Rusty Bond's grandfather, and he was sold back to that Tonga tribe. This way, the story came to end. So the title of the story, The Adventures of Toto, is completely suitable because the complete story is about the adventures of Toto, about his mischievous behavior, the things he used to do, the wicked things he used to do. So the complete story is centralized towards Toto's behavior only. So the title is suitable. In this way, his wicked behavior at Rusty Bond's house came to an end, and when he was sold back to the Tonga driver, the chapter of Toto was closed. And here, this chapter also come to an end. Now we will meet in the next video. I hope that the explanation of